They have never met before, and at just 20 years old, Alex Eala has already made waves on the WTA Tour. Known for her heavy topspin, lefty angles, and relentless fighting spirit, Eala thrives on high-intensity rallies and never backs down from a challenge. She's been steadily climbing the rankings and is surely going to be entering the top 50 in the world sooner rather than later. She's been gaining experience against established names such as Iga Swiatek and Jessica Pegula this year, and many others, Yelena Ostapenko, etc. And she's been proving she belongs on the big stage. Her ability to adapt mid-match and her mental toughness make her a dangerous opponent for anyone. As for Greek Minnen, who'll be on the other side of the net, she's one of Belgium's most consistent players. Minnen is a clean ball striker, is very good on the hard and the grass courts, and this match, of course, will be on the hard courts. She has a reliable backhand down the line and a strong baseline game. She has more tour-level experience than Eala, which could play a factor in pressure moments. Her calmness under fire and ability to construct points patiently do give her a tactical edge over Alex, especially in slower conditions like those in Suzhou.
Ready? Play.
Any up-and-coming players we should be looking out for in Asia? Certainly, Eala is one that's obviously, she's got a lot of attention with her runs this year. I mean, what is Eala's ceiling? I think she has top 50 potential, and then perhaps I think she can be a player that would be seeded, in the slams. So, and perhaps maybe top 20. Who knows? That's maybe her ceiling, I would say. But top 10 is I think be difficult with where her serve is. I mean, her serve is obviously a weakness, and it should be better than it is. But of course, that is something that can be worked on. So, perhaps with the right coaching, she can do better, because the rest of her game's pretty good. I mean, she's not got the biggest weapons, but she's quite an aggressive player. She's quite good overall technically, and
Alex Eala has had a good 2025 so far, considering that this is really her first full year on the WTA Tour. She's already achieved a lot of milestones this year. For example, reaching her first WTA final, getting her career high ranking of 56, and also being able to get into the main draws of two slams already, Roland Garros and Wimbledon. So I think in terms of the milestones that she is looking for in her young career, she's ticking off a lot of the the check boxes for them. In terms of if we're thinking about her ceiling or what it would look like for her to maximize her full potential, I think it's a bit challenging to say, mainly because we don't know yet how the aspects of her game will develop. For example, like her serve, which has been pinpointed as the biggest weakness of her game, for example. So we don't know how well that will develop throughout like the next couple of years. So depending on that, I think that would be the biggest factor. But we already can see the things that she has in her arsenal. Like, she is a really good worker, she has a really great return, she's very aggressive on return, and she competes very well. Like, she is always in there, always in it for the fight, which all of these things I think will help her in the long run. Maybe I can see her vacillating between top 20, top 30, around that. Probably hard courts will still be the where she will find the most success. So very interesting to see how well she'll do in this upcoming North American swing, and especially in the last slam of the year, the US Open.
It's quite difficult to tell at such a young age what Alex Eala's ceiling will be, and you know, we do see some inconsistency from her on the tour right now, but we are seeing some improvements, and we saw even the serve was doing a bit better on the grass. I do think that ultimately hard will always be her best surface, and I think she acknowledges that too. She had a lot of difficulties on the clay. I know she took a set off Iga, but that ended up being the highlight of her clay court season by some margin, with early exits in Rome and also the French Open to follow. But anyway, as for her ceiling, top 20, yeah, that's feasible. But we're going to need to see bigger improvements, especially just it's the serve. If she had a Sabalenka serve, she'd be top 10, no doubt.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready. Play.
Welcome back to Talking Tennis. The Suzhou Open is heating up, and in the round of 16, we've got a fascinating battle ahead of us with the Filipina star Alex Eala taking on Belgium's seasoned pro Greet Minnen. So let's break down their head-to-head playing styles and what to expect in this high-stakes encounter. They have never met before, and at just 20 years old, Alex Eala has already made waves on the WTA tour. Known for her heavy topspin, lefty angles, and relentless fighting spirit, Eala thrives on high-intensity rallies and never backs down from a challenge. She's been steadily climbing the rankings and is surely going to be entering the top 50 in the world sooner rather than later. She's been gaining experience against established names such as Iga Swiatek and Jessica Pegula this year, and many others, Jelena Ostapenko, etc. And she's been proving she belongs on the big stage. Her ability to adapt mid-match and her mental toughness make her a dangerous opponent for anyone. As for Greet Minnen, who'll be on the other side of the net, she's one of Belgium's most consistent players. Minnen is a clean ball striker, is very good on the hard and the grass courts, and this match, of course, will be on the hard courts. She has a reliable backhand down the line and a strong baseline game. She has more tour-level experience than Eala, which could play a factor in pressure moments. Her calmness under fire and ability to construct points patiently do give her a tactical edge over Alex, especially in slower conditions like those in Suzhou. So how do these styles match up? Eala, topspin heavy lefty, will naturally test Minnen's backhand, forcing her into uncomfortable court positions. If Eala serves well and controls the rallies early, she can dictate play. But we saw today in her first round encounter, again, the Eala serve, first and especially second, can be hurt. Minnen's consistency and precision could frustrate the young Filipina, especially if the rallies extend and errors start creeping in. One key factor will be how Eala manages her second serve, as I said before. Minnen is more than capable of attacking it and turning defense into attack. Another deciding element, mental toughness. If this goes to a third set, both players will need to dig deep physically and emotionally. And physically, I do think that could be a deciding factor. Eala has played a lot of tennis recently. So, keys for Eala: staying aggressive, using her forehand to open up the court, keeping the intensity high, and also stepping inside the baseline when possible. Greet Minnen's route to victory could well be the patience, maybe even going with some attacking deep shots to the Eala backhand and staying composed in long rallies. The margins will be slim, maybe just 1 or 2 points could swing the momentum either way. So who takes it? Minnen's experience make her a favorite on paper in some respects, but Eala's fearless approach and fighting spirit could absolutely push this match into a thrilling contest. If it gets thrilling, by the way, I actually would favor Minnen. Eala has come through a tough three-setter today, played so much tennis in recent weeks with that run in New York, with the run that she had to the title at the WTA 125 in Guadalajara, followed by going deep in Sao Paulo, followed by going deep last week as well at a WTA 125 event, and then a three-set tough match today over Cava, which could have gone either way. Whereas Minnen in her first round, she was done and dusted, losing just 4 games. So, what's my tip? Well, I think if it does go 3, and I think it may well do, I'm going for Minnen to prevail. And then Eala can dust herself down and get ready for the WTA 1000 next week in Wuhan. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to give us a follow at Talking Tennis TT on Instagram or at Talking Tennis on TikTok.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. As you can see, Eala did have a chance for a double break there on the Greet Minnen serve, but she wasn't able to take it. And I wonder if that might end up being something she regrets. I do think a double break advantage would have probably sealed this set, but obviously given Alex's vulnerability on serve, that can be an issue. Do make sure you hit that like button and, of course, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. But nevertheless, though, a good start for Alex Eala. Some regrets maybe about not taking that second breakpoint opportunity, but overall a fine start for the Filipina as she does go up an early break. Do let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. Yannick Sinner sealing his second Beijing title in the last three events earlier on today, or just recently, beating Lerner Tien 6-2, 6-2. Of course, he will now head off to the Shanghai Masters event, an event that will not feature Carlos Alcaraz, who has pulled out. And by the way, Alex Eala has lost her first point here on serve. Greet Minnen, of course, winning the Birmingham Open earlier on this year. I do think she's an excellent grass court player. I actually think it's probably her best surface, particularly compared to her peers. But hard is probably not far behind. So I do expect her to pose a serious threat today to Alex Eala. In fact, I've even predicted a Greet Minnen win in 3 sets. And she's got off to a good start in this 5th game, albeit that Eala's now fought back by winning the next point. So it is 15 all. Yeah, confirmation that Yannick Sinner hit 10 aces today, by the way, and it was 0 from Lerner Teen in that straight sets win that Yannick had. Excuse me. 15:30 here now on the Eala serve, so a little bit of pressure for the Filipina to deal with, as is often the case on her serve. There's been 1 ace so far in this match, and unsurprisingly, it has come off the racket of Greet Minnen. Scores elsewhere, we can see that Noskova has won the first set over Potapova, and they are on serve in the second. This is Beijing, by the way, the WTA 1000 event there. That's at the round of 16 stage. So don't get confused with Suzhou. It's a different tournament, one featuring Eala and Minnen. Eala winning the next point for 30 all. Dalma Galfi is up 4-1 in her round of 16 match in Suzhou. In fact, I'd be interested to see the draw. Let's have a quick look at the draw to see who the winner of this match will play. Of course, we've got a WTA 125 event in Turkey right now as well, and Calabria. The Calabria one is on clay. Coco Gauff yesterday in a bit of a spat with Belinda Bencic. And Eala, that's a good hold for Alex, 4-1. So, change of ends. Good hold there. change of ends here, so we'll see how the next game pans out. Of course, it will be over on the Greek Minnen serve, but that's at least another game for Alex to get closer to the finish line in this first set, at least. $15 here on the Minnen serve. Do hit that like button, of course, and if you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Yeah, so I was going to say, look at the draw, and let's see who the winner of this match will be potentially encountering in the next round. Minnen here up 30-love on her serve. If it was just down to serving, I think there's no doubt who would be the favourite, but of course there's a lot more to it than that, which is good news, of course, for Alex Eala. So Lulu Sun is in this draw as well. Of course, Lulu beat Alex last week in the semi-finals, also in China at a WTA 125 event. Susan Lehmans will be a threat, the number 3 seed. Golubic winning earlier on today in straight sets over Fruhvirtova, and in fact, it will be Golubic next for the winner of this. So that's a tough potential opponent. I'm going to bring up the draw for you on the screen. There it is. Two game points here for Greek Minnen to once again apply some pressure to Alex Eala, and she does exactly that. So 4-2. Alex Eala to serve, 2 holds away from winning the first set. A must win, I feel, for Alex this first set. I find it difficult to see her coming from a set down, but she's proven me wrong many, many times this year. In terms of that serve, what I guess Alex could work on is maybe just adding a bit more kick to a serve, particularly maybe the second serve, slice serve, spot serving. That's really where she might be able to eke out some improvements as her career progresses. I don't think we'll ever see much more power than we already have. I'm consuming some coffee. It's 10 to 10 here, as some people used to call it at school, cowboy time, 10 to 10 to 10, 10, 10, 10 to 10 to 10, 10, 10. But anyway, lame jokes aside, no joking here for Alex Eala. She goes down love 15 on her serve in the first point of this 7th game. Good news is that Alex served first, so even if she was to get broken here, she would also then perhaps have a quick chance to get a rebreak. $15 all. Moving on up now. But a hold here for Alex, and she will have many chances. Although she is down 15-40, 2 break points for Greet Minnen to get this back on serve. Be interesting to know the last time that Alex basically managed to win a set without facing a break point. So, huge opportunity for Greet Minnen to get this first set back on serve. But Eala wins back-to-back points, saving both of those break points. So we are now at deuce. Just looking at a comment here, a very good observation. Let's see how it goes. Eala is very unpredictable and has beaten some of the world's top 10 players. Well, of course, she did beat Iga Swiatek earlier on this year. But Greet Minnen's got the break. We're back on serve, ladies and gentlemen. 3-4, the Belgian to serve. There will now be a change of ends. But is that a change of fortune for the Belgian? Back on serve, but of course, she will serve first now and be at 3-4. So Eala is a threat on the Minnen serve. So it's not all doom and gloom. But as I said before, I do think this first set is crucial for Alex's chances of success today. So 3-4, Minnen to serve. Alex yesterday having a grueling three-set match, but also it was yesterday. No break for Alex. Sometimes you'll have a first round clash and then you'll have a couple of, or at least have a day off and then come back to the court. But no, back to back. And yesterday, of course, was a match that stretched over a few hours because of the rain delays as well. So less than 24 hours ago, she was on court. And she's had a grueling schedule of late. Since New York, she obviously won the title in Guadalajara. Think about the traveling as well here. Then she goes deep in Sao Paulo. Goes deep last week in China. And now again in China this week, albeit at a different location. Having a three-set match yesterday. Okay, love 15 here on the Greek Minnen serve. $30 all here. Now, can it be a game point or a break point coming up? Eala, of course, yet to make the world's top 50. Can it happen in the next couple of weeks? I think it'll happen at some point, and I think it'll happen this year. But it's a game point here for Greek Minnen. This feels like a big game, actually, given that Eala won the first point, and then we get to 30 all. And now 40-30 on the Minnen serve. Should Minnen hold here, it would apply a lot of pressure to the Alex serve, and we know how vulnerable that can be. Make sure you hit the like button, and it's a hold of serve for Greek Minnen. So it is 4 games all. Over to you, Alex Eala. $15 love here on the Alex serve. But nice, comfortable start to this game, and she's up 40 love already in no time. But it is now 40-15. Second serve for Minnen to look at here at 40-15. Into the body, run around forehand there, and it's missed from Greet Minnen. Big hold there for Alex, and we get the clenched fist. So 5-4. Big hold, that one there. Now it's going to be over to Minnen to serve to stay in the first set. I've interviewed Greet a couple of times, by the way. Interviewed Alex Eala too earlier on this year. So change of ends, and when they return to the court, Minnen will be serving to stay in the first set. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with you for the remainder of the set.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And Minnen is up 30-love on her serve. Goes down the T on that set serve there. Minnen on the attack, and 30-love becomes 40-love with a forehand winner. So, 3 game points here for 5-all. If she holds here, it does feel like this set is going one way. And indeed, she does hold 5-all. Just seeing Noskova against Potapova on my screen. And Noskova has a match point on her serve. So 6-2, 5-4 advantage. Linda. That, of course, is over in Beijing. Alex Eala has already confirmed that she will be playing in the WTA 1000 event in Wuhan next week. Has Eala missed that? I think she has. Yes, love 15 here on the Alex serve. Linda Noskova double faults, by the way. 15 all. Eala to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee, backhand return. Now on the forehand of Alex. Into the rally here. Minnen being forced out. Did that? Oh, it's a good point there for Alex to win. 30-15. Linda Noskova, by the way, has beaten Potapova. So the Czech is through. She won 6-2, 6-4 over in Beijing and is into the quarterfinals of the WTA 1000 event there. 30-15 here, Alex Eala. And that's a lovely serve down the tee, 40-15. So 2 game points here for Alex. She's on the attack. Greet on the defense. Forehand from Minnen into the forehand of Eala going down the middle of the court. Backhand slice here from Alex. Backhand cross court there from Minnen as she goes cross court again. Both players going cross court at the moment in a forehand to backhand exchange. Eala tries to change direction and it produces a winner. Excellent shot there from Alex Eala. I was just about to criticize her for her shot selection, but it turned out to be the right one, and she holds for 6-5. So, change of ends. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with you for the remainder of this set. She's now going to come up against Alex Eala, and it's going to be another one of those where, you know, every match that Eala's probably played pretty much in this tournament, she's been a huge underdog in most or all of them. I mean, the Volley Nets one was her first round opponent and probably was a little under the radar at that point as a wild card, but she sort of made her mark in the Ostapenko match where she would have been the underdog. It gets, you know, the tasks get bigger and meaner, and then she comes up against Madison Keys where she was a massive underdog but managed to overcome Madison spraying a lot of unforced errors in there, and then she had the walkover over Badosa before yesterday's monumental, mammoth, seismic, I think was one word I think maybe Damien used, and he's absolutely right, win over Swiatek. What were your thoughts on Eala's win there in particular?
Yeah, John, this is just, it's been insane in terms of the run, but I think it's kind of the story of the WTA this year in terms of these kind of historic runs we're seeing, obviously Madison Keys, definitely not, a big name to, maybe even compete for a Grand Slam, but she goes on a crazy run in terms of who are the players that she's defeating. Then you see Mira Andreeva, being 17 years old, taking down the top players back-to-back Masters titles, and now, we're in our, I think, 4th Masters so far in the WTA season, and here we have another amazing story of a 19-year-old wild card in Alexandra Eala taking down, numerous Grand Slam champions, in consecutive matches.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Just seeing Linda Noskova sign the camera. (30-15) here on the Minnen serve. So 2 points away, Greet, from forcing a first set tiebreak. Forehand cross court there from Eala. Eala changing directions, but she's missed this one, 40-15. Kostyuk, Pagula, Swiatek, Navarro. Interesting fourth rounds. Noskova is she the first person through to the quarters maybe in Beijing? Maybe. Okay, into the rally here. Forehand there from Eala. Again, changing direction. She's moving Minnen around nicely there, 40-30. Okay, 40-30 here. Minnen to serve. Still a game point, though, for the tiebreak. Backhand return from Alex into the forehand of Minnen, and Minnen misses. Yes, deuce. So we might yet get a first set for Alex Eala on this return game. Deuce here, Minnen serving. Backhand return from Alex. Forehand from Minnen. Forehand from her, but Minnen's going to attack, and she puts that smash away. Yes. Game point, Alex Minnen. Greet Minnen once again. Oh, Sonic Kartal in the fourth round of Beijing. She's going to be playing Mida Andreeva. And it's an unreturned serve, so we are going to a tiebreak, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know. Eala was up 4-1 in this set, so a huge momentum shift it feels towards Greet Minnen, and will she be able to take that into the tiebreak? Alex is to serve first. If she can get off to a good start, well, I think it's imperative. Backhand return. Backhand from Eala down the middle of the court. But she's put that into the net. So it's 1-0 Greet Minnen. Minnen here to serve. 1-0. Alex on return. Behind the baseline. Showing plenty of respect to that first serve. But now she's on the second serve here, so she's inside the baseline. Backhand return. It's got good depth on it. Alex again on the backhand. Forehand from Minnen to the backhand of Eala. It's a nice dynamic for Minnen, and she's going to attack now. She's going to attack again, and it's going to win at the point. 2-0 Greet Minnen. Here in this first set tiebreak. Remember, Eala was up 4-1 with a break. But the momentum shift since then has continued into this tiebreak. It's Minnen who has the advantage, 2-0 with one mini break.
First serve goes into the net. So it's the second serve here for Eala to look at. As I said before this began, I think the first set was crucial as to the destiny of this match. I'm finding it difficult to imagine Eala coming back from a set down today. And she's put a tired-looking slice into the net, and it's 3-0 Minnen. The worst possible start for Alex in this tiebreak. So, Eala to serve at 0-3. She has to win both of these points on her serve, it feels. Must-win points, these. And she has won the first point as Greet misses the return. She's going to win this point as well. Yes, she is. So there is 2 points there for Alex on serve that she's won. 3-2. Oh, the sun has come out. Change of ends, 4-2 Greet Minnen. But it is still just 1 mini break deficit for Alex. Oh, my screen has gone blank. In an inopportune moment, that. Okay, here we go. Okay, Minnen to serve. 4-2. Can Eala get this back on serve in this tiebreak? Goes out wide. Eala lands it. Forehand there from Minnen is going to miss. So it is indeed back on serve at 4-3. Over to Eala to serve. 3-4. That was a chance for Minnen there with a short ball on the return. But she couldn't put it away. Missing the forehand. So it's 4-3. Eala to serve. Forehand return? No, because it's not landed in. Backhand return. Minnen being pushed all over the court. Eala should win this point, and she does, 4-all. That forehand there from Minnen is going to be effective, and it's going to win her the next point. So 5-4 Minnen. 2 service holds for Greet, and she wins this first set.
Misses her first serve. Second serve lands in. Alex on return. Oh, what a return winner that is from Alex down the line. So it's 5-all. So whoever wins the next point will have a set point. It'll either be a set point for Alex on serve, or it'll be a set point for Greet Minnen on return. So things looking not bad for Alex, considering she was down 3-love in this tiebreak. First serve doesn't land in, so it's a second serve here for Eala to look at. A chance for her to be aggressive and take over the point from the moment it begins. She's gone big on the return. And it's won the point. 6-5, Alex Eala. And it's going to be a set point for the Filipina. Well, well, well. From 3-0... she has turned this tiebreak around, winning 6 of the next 8 points. Set point on the Eala serve. Into the forehand of Minnen. Oh, what a... Oh, it's 6-all. No, Eala's got it. Sorry, my bad. My screen is really blurry. Well done, Alex Eala. The return from Minnen went into the net, so it is Alex Eala who wins the first set. Wow. And what a first set that was. Just having a quick look at some of the stats here. We've got 2 aces for Greet Minnen and 1 for Alex Eala. 1 double fault for Greet Minnen, 0 for Alex Eala. 52% of Greet's first serves landing in, whereas it's 65% for Alex. Breakpoints 1, they're exactly the same. 1 from 3. All right, guys, let's take a quick break and then we'll be with you for set number 2. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of homepage, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference,
Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Minnen serving first and up 30-15. So it's a good start here for the Belgian, but she needs it at the beginning of this second set. She was up 3-0 in that tiebreak, but won 2 of the next 9 points, and therefore Eala won that tiebreak by 7 points to 5. But also Eala will have some regrets about how the first set went, bearing in mind she was 4-1 up. And Eala here threatening the Minnen serve, so it's 30 all. And it's going to be a break point for Alex Eala here on the Minnen serve. So, the momentum all the way at the Filipina right now. But Minnen holds, or sorry, saves that break point, so it's deuce. Game point now for Greet. Can she get off to a decent start and recover mentally at the very least from that tiebreak loss? She's not going to do it right now though. Deuce. Second serve here for Eala to look at. But she's going to put that return into the net, so it's going to be another game point for Greet Minnen. We had 30-40 in this game, so Eala's had a break point come and go. But since then, it's been 2 game points for Minnen. The first one came and went. How will the second one pan out? Let's see where Greet puts this first serve. Goes into the net, so a second serve for Eala to look at. Over on court number 3. Backhand return. Oh, lucky Greet Minnen there with a net cord. And she holds. No sense of frustration from Eala there, but that was lucky.
Just watching Sonny Kartal against Mira Andreeva in Beijing. Ooh, that volley's not going to work for Mira. They're on serve at the beginning of this match at 1-1. On serve here between Minnen and Eala at the beginning of this second set. So, Eala serving 15-love. $15 all. Misses the first serve, does Alex. But she does win the point, 30-15. $40-15 as Minnen goes long. So 2 game points here for Alex to level things up at 1-1. Second serve here, though, for Greek Minnen to look at. Forehand return is going to go into the net, and Eala holds for 1 game all. A reminder that Yannick Sinner won the Beijing title earlier on with a 6-2, 6-2 win over Lerner Tien. Do hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Love 15 here on the Greek Minnen serve. Noskova reaches her second WTA 1000 quarterfinal in Beijing. Potapova's serve kept it from more interesting outside a few of Linda's lapses. This is from Patrick Ding on X. Do give him a follow. Okay, Greet Minnen here, 40-30 on her serve. Wearing a fluorescent green outfit, so you can't miss her. Is it fluorescent green or fluorescent yellow? It's fluorescent anyway. Puts a first serve into the net. But she does hold for 2-1. Change of ends, and we will take a quick break.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
2-1. Eala serving, so technically it's 1-2 here in the round of 16 clash on court number 3 at the Suzhou WTA 125 event. Eala serves, missing the first serve, goes long. So second serve here for Greet Minnen to look at. Greet not as aggressive as Cava was yesterday on the second serve in terms of return position. Eala there with a very low net clearance. Minnen has gone long, so it's 15 love. Do hit that like button, and of course, if you are new to the channel on YouTube, please hit subscribe. $30 love, Alex Eala. Gets her first serve in there, and Minnen goes long, so it's 40 love, Alex. First serve clips the net and goes long, so a second serve here for Greet Minnen to look at. Forehand return goes into the net from Greet, and her return today, by the way, she's only broken the Eala serve once. So I don't know what that says, whether that's Alex serving well or Greet returning badly. But Just looking at that return game anyway, in particular. Yeah, Greet return, question mark. Alex on return, however, is always a threat, always a menace. But good first serve there from Minnen down the tee, bringing up an ace, so it's 15 love. Oh, we've got someone in the live chat here. Hi, Matthew. Disappointed, but not a surprise that Sinner rolled over Teen. Matthew here asking a question about Eala, which I'll come to in a second. First of all, I'm going to address this Sinner thing. Yeah, I think that probably in one sentence, Matthew, sums it all up, isn't it? Not a surprise, but yeah, a little disappointed. I think just because it's the first time they've come up against each other, we do know stylistically that was likely to be the event, but just because it was the first time, and I thought you never know, Lerner might take a set, might make it competitive, but really from the early break onwards, it never looked that way. And I think probably, unless Lerner's game transforms, it'll always be a tough matchup for him. It's the kind of one that you'll look at in 5 years from now, and you look at the head-to-head, and it'll be 9-1. And Teen's win will be a third set tiebreak victory when Yannick Sinner was cramping. Is Eala a player you predict to do even bigger things next year? Yeah. Yes. But I think it will be probably a little bit incremental. It'll be just because of a consistent, win-loss record of 20 or something next year. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe more. I think if she's fit, she'll probably play a few more matches. But it'll just be incremental. It'll be, maybe a WTA 250 final this year. It might be another couple of deep runs at 1000s. But the hard courts, it'll be between now and March, really. She really needs to kick on. But I think it'll be little by little. She's not going to be breaking into the top 10. I don't think, maybe ever, but certainly not in the next 6 months. It'll be top 50 is a nice goal for her as soon as possible before the year end, for example. I don't think she'll be ranked high enough to be seeded by Australia. So, yeah, get in the top 50 before the end of the year, maybe even before the end of next week. Who knows? And then take it from there. But she is someone who does appear to have a limit and a peak, much like Lerner Tien in many respects. Still a great week for Tien, says Matthew. A good jump in the rankings. Let's see if we can continue this one. I mean, again, Tien, hardcore. I'm a little surprised that the Lerner Tien run didn't come any sooner. I thought that we would see a great North American swing from Lerner, and we would see him have a decent run either at Cincinnati or Canada or even the US Open, but it just didn't happen. I mean, okay, he drew Djokovic in the first round, but even that was a bit of a disappointment. Primarily the first set, he just wasn't there. And I didn't expect him to not show like that in the early stages. Second set, fourth set, I think he went up an early break as well. Second set was a real good effort from him. But Griekman holds, by the way, for 3-2. Make sure you hit that like button, people. By the way, you can also share this by clicking share on the below button. You can also join us and become a member and get extra bonus material, sometimes exclusively, sometimes just earlier than everyone else. So a change of ends. And I've got Mira Andreeva against Sonny Cartel. I'm kind of surprised to see Cartel in the fourth round. I wonder who she knocked out. Maybe she knocked out a seed to get here because Mira Andreeva is, of course, seeded 4. Meno Andreeva's second half of her season, or even post-Indian Wells, has been a bit of a dip for her. Just going to get my battery charger as Minnen and Eala sit down. Okay, battery being charged. Minnen and Eala back on court. Eala to serve here. For those of you just joining and wondering how this match has panned out, well, Eala raced into a 4-1 lead in the first set. But Greet got the break back and held, and in the end we went to a tiebreak. But one element of the match so far today is that Greet, I think, has been pretty disappointing on return, but she may just be about to change that narrative as Eala here loved 30 on her serve. Backhand return here from Minnen into the rally. Good depth there from Alex, but not a bad response from Minnen. And it's Alex, I think, who errs into the tram line, and we're going to have 3 break points for Greet Minnen. Love 40. Just as I was lambasting Minnen's return game today anyway. Oh, and Minnen breaks. So it's 4-2. Well. Now it's time for Eala to step up her return game. That's the 3rd break of the match. They exchanged breaks in the first set, and that's the first break of serve in the second. So Greet Minnen here, 4-2. A step closer to forcing the deciding set. I did suggest that if it goes 3, I would lean towards the Belgian, and I still stick to that pre-match prediction. Minnen here serving at 4-2. Where's she going to go with this serve? My stream is frozen. Let's see if I... Well, Eala wins the first point, so it's love 15. After Minnen puts a forehand into the net. It was a semi-short ball that Minnen would probably expect to do a little bit better on. And it's now love 30 after Minnen once again goes into the net. Kartal with a game point to take a 4-3 lead over Minnen Andreeva in Beijing. Back in Suzhou, Eala threatening to get the break back. It will be an immediate response from the Filipina. Backhand here from Minnen. Forehand cross court. It's got good depth on it from Eala. But Minnen wins this point after Eala errs, 15-30. Minnen Andreeva and Kartal at deuce. 3-all on the Brit serve, and that's a nice forehand winner there for bring up another game point for Kartal. First serve down the tee from Minnen. Eala can't deal with it. 30-all. And Kartal, by the way, holds for 4-3. Minnen goes long on that first serve. And it's going to be a break point for Alex Eala after a double fault from Greet Minnen. There are bad times to do a double fault, and then there are worse times. And I think that probably falls into the worst time category. Of course, now at 30-40 would be an even worse time. First serve is going to miss from Greet Minnen. No, it's not. It's going to be, sorry, an unreturned down the tee. I thought it had landed out. Okay, so deuce. Minnen certainly winning the serve battle, if you like, but Eala also winning the return battle. So it's an interesting dynamic where Greet is just a bit stronger than Alex on the serve, but much weaker, I would suggest, on the return. Double fault from Greet Minnen again. So break point number 2 for Alex in this service game from the Belgian. Would be the ideal riposte for Alex, having just lost her serve for the second time in the match. Annie Alex indeed does break back after a rally ends with an error from Greet Minnen. So 4-3 change of ends. We will take a quick break and then we'll be back. Alexandra Eala's fairy tale run is at an end at the Miami Open as Jessica Pegula beats her 7-5, 5-7, 6-3. It was a mammoth battle between the two, with the match having many twists and turns before eventually Pegula emerged the winner. It was, though, Eala who started the brighter with an early break before Pegula immediately broke back. Eala then broke again and did serve for that first set, but 2 double faults cost her badly as Pegula broke back at such a crucial moment. Pegula then won the tiebreak reasonably comfortably before going up an early break in the second set. And when she was leading 3-1, it felt like the match was pretty much done. And Eala needed some treatment as well for an ankle injury or foot injury that she incurred when she had a fall during the match. She got that sort of strapped up a little bit, but still it felt like that, plus some fatigue, plus the blow of losing that first set in such a dramatic fashion before going down a break in the second. It just didn't seem like she had any way back, but she didn't give up. She pegged back Pegula and even briefly went up a break in that second set before Pegula again responded with an immediate break back of her own. But undeterred, Eala then broke again and took that second set 7-5, showing a wherewithal that belied her tender age. She's just 19 and won't turn 20 until May this year. A tight third set had a few twists and turns, but was a bit of a much tighter affair with less breaks than the previous 2 sets. But after a couple of unforced errors, including a fairly makeable shot at the net, and there was another one that went in the tram lines, Eala lost her serve for 3-4. So then it became 3-5. Pegula then serving for the match goes love 30 down, but 4 points in a row
went the way of an American. Pegula will now play Aryna Sabalenka in the final in Miami in what will be a repeat, of course, of their US Open final showdown last year that went the way of Aryna. However, it was Alex Eala that still took many of the plaudits from today. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew there with, looks like Patton and Heliovada are back to winning ways. They had a bit of a slump, but then they beat Khachanov and Rublev in today's final. So Patton and Heliovada, good to see them. Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about them in a way and not being a threat in finals of doubles recently. Regarding this service game here from Eala, she's up 30-15 after Minnen nets there. Just seeing the order of play for the WTA Beijing tomorrow. In terms of the singles, first up will be Lees against Goff, albeit not before 3 p.m. That will be because they're going to be on court after a doubles encounter. Then it'll be Paulini Anisimova. That's on Diamond Court. Eala here, 40-15 on her serve. And she holds 4-all. So she consolidates the break, or backs up the break is probably a better way of putting it. And it's Minnen to serve at 4-all. $15 here on the Minnen serve. Becomes 15-all. Of course, a break of serve here for Alex, and that would be monumental because it would mean that she'll be serving for the match. And considering she had a 4-2 deficit in this second set, as well as a 3-0 deficit in the first set tiebreak, it's been a nip and tuck affair. Much more nip and tuck than most Eala matches, mainly because Eala is just getting broken left, right, and center and has to fight her way back. But she's been broken twice today. That's a good, though, service point there for Greek Minnen. So it's 30-15. Remember, the winner of this match will play Golubic in the next round. Second serve here for Eala to look at. Kartal and Mira Andreeva are still on serve, 4-all in their first set in the round 4 clash in Beijing. Greek Minnen wins the next point, so it's 40-15. 2 game points for the Belgian. And if she does win this game, of course, it'll then put the pressure back on Alex. She'll be serving to stay in the first set. Second set, I should say. Goes down the tee. Alex does not read that at all. It's an ace for Greek Minnen, so it's 5-4. And we will take a quick break. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Forehand return there from Greet. 4-5 here on the Eala serve. But she does win that point after Minnen puts the ball into the net, so it's 15-love. Love, Alex Eala. Remember, she's serving to stay in this second set. Yeah, Berrettini out of Shanghai, beaten by Adrian Mannarino. That's in the first round, right? Yeah. 7-5, 7-6, okay. Yeah, Mannarino, I did not see this second coming. Third coming, maybe, even for Adrian. Forehand return here from Minnen. They're into the valley here, and she's going to slice this. Still into the valley here on the forehand side there. Good, just clipping over the net. What's Alex going there? She's going to change direction. She's going to go aggressive there. Is she going to go long? Yes, she is. 30-15. Mira Andreeva serving at 4-5 to stay in the first set against Kartal. Okay, 30-15 here. Eala serving. 40-15. Yeah, Greet, so disappointing on return today. Particularly just the return shot, rather than necessarily return points, if that makes sense. Second serve here for Greet to look at. It matters not that it's going to be a second serve because Eala still wins the point. 5-all. Over to you, Greet. Greet in her fluorescent outfit. Eala in a sort of purplish, light purple outfit that I've seen her wear a few times in recent weeks. Forehand winner there of +1, 15 love. Forehand here into the backhand of Alex Eala. Is that going to go over the net? Yes, it is. 15 all. Okay, 15 all here. Minnen to serve. Forehand return from Alex is decent. Forehand from Alex there is not decent. She mishits it into the tram line. 30-15. Ooh, what about that for a return? Wow! That landed in. It's a drop shot return there from Alex Eala. Very effective. But that must have been close to the line. 30 all. Well. This next point is very, very interesting all of a sudden. 30 all. Minnen will be desperate for a first serve here. Can she get it? No. First serve goes into the net. So a second serve for Alex Eala to look at. This is pressure now for Greet. She must be feeling a bit tight. But she's landed it in. Alex is a little bit cautious on that return. Surprisingly so. And Greet punishes her with that short ball. I don't know whether Eala just got that all wrong or she just thought, you know what, 30 all here, let's just land this return in. But Greet punished her, so it's a game point for Greet Minnen for 6-5. And she holds. So suddenly from 30 all, 2 quick-fire points, Greet holds for 6-5 at the change of ends. Meanwhile, Sonny Kartal and Mira Andreeva are 5 all. 40-15 for the Brits. So 2 game points for a 6-5 lead, which is exactly the lead that Greet Minnen here has in the second set in the second round in Suzhou. Switching between Suzhou and Beijing WTA, and of course the ATP event just beginning in Shanghai, the ATP 1000 event, where we saw Adrian Manarino winning in straight sets earlier on today. Also, keep up at the back because I'm switching tournaments once again and back to the ATP 500 in Beijing, where Yannick Sinner won 6-2, 6-2 against Lerner earlier on to lift the ATP 500 event. That's the third final in a row that Yannick has made in Beijing and his second win in the last 3 events there. His opponent in last year's final and last year's winner in Beijing, Carlos Alcaraz, of course, he won in Tokyo this week, but was also withdrawn with that ankle injury from the upcoming or the ATP 1000 event that's just got underway in Shanghai. And Gael Monfils has announced that he will be retiring at the end of next season. So tennis news all now up to date. Back on court here in Suzhou. Eala serving at 5-6 to stay in this second set. And Greet again disappointing on the return there. 15 love. Alex missing the first serve. And look at that return from Minnen, as in look at it, not good enough. Backhand return into the net, 30 love. Ooh, just seeing an excellent shot play there from Sonny Kartal. 30 love here on the Eala serve. Backhand there into the net from Eala. To be fair, that was a much better return from Greet. 30-15. Forehand return, backhand there from Eala down the centre of the court. Is that going to land in for Minnen? It's not. An unforced error there from Greet, and it's 40-15. So 2 game points for Alex Eala to force a second set tiebreak. We had an exchange of breaks in the first set, and we've had an exchange of breaks in the second. Oh, lovely forehand winner there down the line from Greet Minnen, 40-30. Eala did have a break point at the beginning of this second set to take an early break lead, but in the end, Greet fended that off and held. Otherwise, it's been a serve dominated would be a slight exaggeration, but it's been a fairly serve bias, let's call it, match. Which is, I mentioned that because it's just not very often the case when Alex Eala is involved. Sonny Kartal, by the way, has won the first set 7-5 over Mino Andreeva. Oh, Eala puts the backhand into the net and we're at deuce. And suddenly, from 40-15, this game has gotten a whole lot more interesting. Alex potentially dropping this second set. Second serve as well, I think, here for Greet Minnen to look at deuce. Oh, good serve down the tee there from Alex Eala. That came out of nowhere. Game point for Alex. Serves out wide, but that must have just missed. So, second serve here for Greet Minnen to look at. Backhand return. Forehand from Alex Eala. Forehand cross court from Greet Minnen. Oh, and the backhand there from Eala goes into the net, so it's deuce. You'd imagine she'll go down the tee again on this serve. Let's see if she does. Yes, she does. Backhand return is into the net from Greet Minnen, and a scream of delight there from Alex. So another game point for her to force a second set tiebreak. Good depth there from Minnen, and Alex can't deal with it, and she's annoyed with herself. Deuce. As we approach the 2-hour mark for this stream, so that must mean we're pretty close to the 2-hour mark for the match as well. Forehand return from Greet, backhand from Eala, low net clearance from both players. A bit higher there as we go loopy there from Alex. Alex goes big on the forehand. It's a forehand winner down the line. And it's a game point once again for Alex Eala. It's the third time that she's brought up a game point in this game to force a second set tiebreak, which I feel like I'm saying quite a lot during this game. Greet Minnen, despite serving first in this set, has yet to garner a set point in this set. Forehand return from Greet. We're into the rally here. A net cord there, but we're still in the rally, and Eala's going to miss that forehand cross court. Perhaps because of the net cord, but really she still had plenty of time there, maybe too much time. And she's very frustrated once again with that error. And it's deuce. Are we going to get another game point for Alex Eala, or are we going to get a set point for Greet Minnen? Can Greet telegraph this serve down the tee? Is it going to be a serve down the tee again in the deuce court? No, it wasn't going to be, but it goes into the net. So it's going to be a second serve here for Greet Minnen to look at. Backhand return, forehand from Alex Eala's loopy. Minnen there, very deep. Eala low net clearance there. A slice from Minnen's just going to go out, just out. What a relief that is for Alex. I think she was in trouble in that rally if that had landed in. Normally, I'm pretty critical of slices that land out, but I think that slice wasn't that bad. And had it have landed in, it very nearly did. Alex would have been in all sorts of trouble. But ifs, buts, and maybes, it is another game point for Alex Eala. Backhand return, forehand from Eala. Minnen on the run. But Alex has ceded that advantage. And it's now Minnen who's on top in this rally. But Minnen has a chance with a forehand there. And she puts it into the net, though. So it is 6-all. And we are going to a second set tiebreak, finally. Clenched fist from Alex Eala. That was a tough hold. She didn't have to save any set points, but was constantly getting game points before being reeled in. So, 6-all tiebreak. Maybe not the highest quality of matches from both players today, but it has been intriguing. First serve from Minnen goes into the net. It was Alex who served first in the first set tiebreak. It's Greet Minnen who's going to be serving first in this second set tiebreak. Second serve lands in. We're into the rally here, though. Backhand from Eala goes into the net. And once again, Minnen wins the first point of the tiebreak. Remember, she went up 3-0 in that first set tiebreak. Well, we're not quite there yet, but the Belgian off to the perfect start. 1-0 over to Eala to serve. Couple of holds here, though, from Alex. And Greet will be in trouble. She's just missed that first serve. So a second serve here for Greet Minnen to look at. Alex is moving Greet around. Is that going to be a winner from Alex? It is. No lacking in bravery there. That must have just clipped the line. 1-all. One down, one to go in terms of these two serves. Ooh, just missed that one, but I think she did catch Greet by surprise because she went to the forehand. I think she'll go down the tee on the second serve into the juice court. She does, but it's a runaround forehand for Greet, and she deals with it pretty well. And in fact, Alex is going to be forced into an error, and it's 2-1 Greet Minnen. I think she kind of telegraphed that second serve, so much so that she was able to run around the forehand, even though it went down the tee. I mean, it wasn't the perfect placement from Alex, but it's never going to be on the second serve, or never likely to be. Anyway, 2-1 Greet Minnen to serve. Mini break advantage with the Belgian. First serve is going to clip the net and go wide. So a second serve here for Alex Eala to look at. Backhand return from Alex is good. We're into the rally here. Minnen on the run. Backhand cross court into the forehand of Minnen. Low net clearance from Greet there. She's hitting some pretty flat shots right now. Forehand from Alex. It's got a bit more loop on it. Forehand from Alex again. Greet Minnen into the net. Nice change of direction there from Eala, and it's 2-all. So, Greet Minnen to serve here, 2-all. The mini break advantage for Greet Minnen has come and gone. Going to miss the first serve. Second serve here for Eala to look at. Inside the baseline there. It's a good second serve from Greet. Eala on the run. That's not going to get over the net, and it's 3-2. It's a really good second serve from Greet Minnen into the body. And given Alex's aggressive return position, she couldn't adjust. Well, she could just adjust to get the ball back in play, but from that moment onwards, she was always down in the point. And Greet Minnen holds that point, so it's 3-2 over to Alex to serve for the final point before they change ends. They changed ends in the previous set at 4-2 for Greet Minnen. Will it be the same again? Yes, it will be, because Greet Minnen puts that volley away at the net. 4-2, Greet Minnen, change of ends. Are we going to a third set here? Well, not exactly looking like it right now, but it's a distinct possibility, let's say that. Okay, so Eala to serve here at 2-4, down at the far end of the court. Couple of serves down, or a serve down the tee here. No, goes out wide. And it's an ace from Alex Eala. I think Greet there was probably a bit surprised. I mean, it was a good placement, but it wasn't the hardest hit serve in the world. Good serve there from Alex anyway. So it is 4-3 Greet Minnen with a mini break advantage. Remember in the first set, it was a 4-2 change of end scenario with Greet up 4-2, just like it was here. But it was Alex who eventually won that set. Short ball there from Alex, but there's some good depth now. Into the rally here, a slice from Greet Minnen. Forehand cross court is going to go long from Alex Eala, so it's 5-3. Minnen is a service point hold away from 3 set points. And it's an ace down the tee. 6-3. Greet Minnen. 3 set points for the Belgian. From 2-2, she's won 4 of the next 5 points. Eala to serve here. 3-6. Was planning to go out wide on that first serve, but it went long. So, second serve here. How brave are you going to be on this second serve, Alex? Not that brave. We're into the rally. Loopy forehand there. It's going to land in, but Minnen punishes it. Minnen with a forehand cross-court winner. 7-6 now for Greet Minnen. So, third set it is. We will take a break. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid, but these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Good to see you in the live chat. We are back, but Eala and Minnen are not yet back on court. They have both taken a break, so we will take another break ourselves.
Ready. Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Well, still waiting for the players to return. Just wonder if there's any rain. No, doesn't appear to be. But I don't see either player back on court. It's been 5 minutes now for both players. So we are pushing the limits, but it's both players that I think are off court. I don't see either there. Anyway, a super, super tight affair. Eala was up 4-1 in the first set before being reeled in. We then go into the tie-break with all the momentum seemingly in the favor of Greet Minnen, and she takes that into the tie-break with a 3-0 lead. This is the first set tie-break. However, Eala reeled her in, and then suddenly it was Alex who was up in the tie-break, and she won that first tie-break. Seven points to 5. Second set was nip and tuck. Eala had a break point at the beginning of the second set, but she couldn't take it as they exchanged holds before it was Greet Minnen who drew first blood by going up a break. Eala then breaks immediately back. We then head into the tie break. Again, it's Minnen who gets an early advantage in that tie break, and she ended up getting over the line by 7 points to 3. Still waiting for both players to return to the court. So we'll take another break.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Well, I'm perplexed. I'm going to check to see if I can find any information on social media, because still both players are off the court. Don't see anything on social media. Oh, okay. The player, I see Greek Minnen returning to the court. It's been almost 10 minutes though. Maybe just because it's court number 3, there might be a lengthy journey to the changing rooms. Anyway, Greek Minnen is back on court. She's a bit more obvious to see. And I can see Alex Eala now as well, just returning to the court as well. Yeah, indeed. They all seem to be nail biters, don't they, Rainier? And this one's no different. When they do start again, it will be Eala to serve first. Forehand from Eala into the backhand now of... It's exchanging just constant forehand to backhands right now. Low net clearance there from Eala. She's going to come into the net. Nice aggressive play from Alex. 15 love. Remember, the winner of this encounter will play the Swiss Golubic in the next round. That's the number 6 seed. Alex is seeded 4. Greek Minnen is not seeded for this event. Clip the net. Still landed in, so it's still going to be a first serve for Alex. That return is going to clip the net and go out. So it's 30 love Eala. Do click the share button, by the way, on this stream and share it on your social media accounts, so we can have even more tennis fans enjoying this event. First serve from Alex goes into the net. Second serve down the tee. Backhand return from Greek Minnen. There's a lot of depth on that backhand return. Backhand here from Eala. Good backhand there with excellent depth on it, forcing the error. 40 love. And that return from Greek Minnen is not going to make it over the net. And Eala holds for 1 love. $15 love here for Greek Minnen. Forehand from Greek Minnen. Always going to miss. 30-15. $40-15 here for Greek Minnen. Hi, Ashley, indeed. Make sure you hit the like button, everyone, by the way. And thank you, Rainier, for joining us. Second serve here for Eala to look at. Forehand return from Alex. Got good depth on that, but we're still into the rally. Drop shot from Eala. It's not going to be an outright winner. Oh, wow. Greek Minnen there. Take a bow. I thought it was a pretty good drop shot from Alex, but Greek managed to not only run it down, but somehow produce a winner. 1 game all. A reminder that the winner of this encounter will play Victoria Golubic in the next round. The 32-year-old from Switzerland. Golubic winning earlier on today. An impressive 6-2, 6-love win over Linda Fruhvirtova. Anyway, back to Greet Minnen against Alex Eala. This could not be any tighter. 1 set all and 1 game all. Eala to serve. Good depth there from Greet Minnen. And she's going to go for the drive volley. Very aggressive Greet there. She means business right now. Love 15. A very impressive start to this serve, to this game from Greet Minnen. Serve out wide, backhand return. Forehand from Eala's got good depth on it. But good defense there from Greet Minnen. I say good defense from Greet Minnen. I think she's missed that, so it's 15 all. Oh, sorry, I've just seen an incredible point between Mirovan Driver and Sonny Kartal. Anyway, Minnen here has gone long with that slice. Not for the first time today going long on a slice. 30-15 Alex Eala. So she was love 15 down in this game, but a couple of points back to back. Second serve after Eala goes into the net on her first serve. Backhand return from Minnen. I think that missed. It doesn't matter. 30-15 still. Eala serving. Forehand return, backhand from Eala into the forehand of Minnen on the defense there. Good depth there from Alex, but good response from Greet Minnen. A slice now from Greet. Backhand from Eala goes down the line. Good depth there from Greet, though. We're into the rally here, very much so. Eala now defending. Drop shot from Greet is not going to land over the net. 40-15. Do hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Give us a follow as well on TikTok. If you have TikTok, get your TikTok phones out and find Talking Tennis. And a return miss there from Minnen, and Eala has held for 2-1. Meanwhile, Mira Andreeva has won the second set over Sonny Kartal, 6-2. So they're going the distance in that Beijing round 4 clash, just like we're going the distance here in this Suzhou second round clash. The players now at a change of ends, so they will take a break, and so will we.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Love, greet Minnen. Becomes 30 love. Hard hitting now from Alex. Drop shot here from Alex. Greek runs it down. She's got a volley that she's going to put away. Lovely, Greek Minnen. 40 love. Yes, we are on Instagram at Talking Tennis TT, so do give us a follow there. That's okay, Rainier. YouTube is good enough for us. Thank you for following us. Oh, that was an easy volley there, drive volley that Minnen was close to the net on, and yet somehow she contrived to put that into the net. So, 40-15. As long as you hit a like on all our videos, Rainier, we're good. Oh, wonderful passing shot there from Greek Minnen. Maybe that net rush from Eala wasn't the best idea, but either way, Minnen with an excellent cross-court passing shot. So, 2-all. Backhand here from Eala. Good depth on that. Good depth from both players. Eala, net cord going in her favor. Oh, Alex Eala, wow. I say it went in her favor. Minnen there really had an easy ball set up, and she did well, Minnen, with a backhand powerful shot down the line. But somehow Eala not only gets her racket on it, but manages to produce a passing shot off it. That's good to know, Rainier. That's good to know. And always hit the like button. That's all we care about. Thank you, Rainier. Second serve here for Greek Minnen to look at. Backhand return. Forehand from Eala's loopy. Still in the rally. Low net clearance there from Alex. It's a good backhand down the line, but good defense there from Minnen. But a nice forehand cross-court winner there from Alex Eala. She has her mojo for sure right now. 30 love. She seems to have found some energy from somewhere, Alex, which I'm very impressed by. She was just beginning to look a bit labored in that second set tiebreak. Understandably so. Okay, first serve just misses. Just. 30 love, second serve. Forehand return is an excellent return from Greek Minnen. 30-15. So, 30-15 here, Alex Eala. 2 games all. Nip and tuck. We've had 4 breaks of serve, 1 each in the first set and 1 each in the second. That return is going to miss. Story of the day for Greek Minnen. I mean, Alex will be happy that she's only been broken twice in this match. Bearing in mind, that's from 6, 12, 14 service games. This is her 15th, I think. And that slice from Minnen is not good enough. It's going to go into the net. Good to know that you're going to watch some more videos, Rainier. We actually have a playlist for Alex Eala videos. I'm going to see if I can find it for you and share it in the live chat. Right now, let's see. Three-two, Alex Eala. There we go. I've got the playlist now. I'm going to share it with you in the live chat. There we go. Good question regarding how long has this match been going for. I think it's around about 2.5 hours. Yes, 2.5 hours. Just over 2.5 hours. The stream, as you can see, is 2 hours, 41 minutes long. But we started just before the match began. So, yeah. But that, if you see how long the stream is, it's not far off in terms of the match. Anyway, Eala's held for 3-2. So, very much the business end of this match. One way or another, we're going to get a result shortly. Good. I think probably the most interesting one, of course, is the lengthy interview, Rainier, we did with her, which is about, I think, 17 minutes long, that interview in Portugal earlier this year. Okay, players back on court. Minnen serving. Second serve here. Forehand, backhand return from Eala. That's a lovely forehand there from Minnen, and Eala can't deal with it. And it is 15 love. Indeed, the length of this match is very long. They did both take very lengthy breaks at the end of the second set. Around about 10 minutes each player, actually. But I do think that some of that may be because the gap between this court, or the distance between this court and where they would go, is lengthy. So, but still, yes, it's been a grueling encounter. Minnen there missing the first serve. And it was Minnen looking the fresher of the two at the end of that second set, but Eala seems to have some second wind here. Nevertheless, a good +1 there for Minnen, so 30 love. Minnen goes long there on the forehand, so 30-15. Remember, people, to click the share button and share this stream to others. You can share it on Facebook, on X, or wherever your social media preference lies. First serve goes long from Greek Minnen, so a second serve here, 30-15. Good return there from Eala. Backhand again from Alex, down the center of the court. Oh, a wonderful forehand winner from a neutral position there for Greek Minnen. It's 40-15. Do you think Alex is probably going to have to push Minnen a bit more from side to side rather than just going down the center of the court? Or even produce angles if she can. The drop shot has not necessarily worked for Alex today, so that might not be the way of doing it, but other variation I think could be good. 2 game points here for Greek Minnen. Greet is indeed very crafty, Kirit. I agree. I think it's one of the reasons why she's so successful on the grass. That forehand return from Eala is wild and wide. 3-all. For those of you that want to get some bonus content, including extra Alex Eala footage, you can click join just below this video, and you can join as a member from as little as $2 per month. Okay, 3-all. Eala to serve. Missed the first serve down the tee. That is her preference into the juice court, is to go down the tee. Well, it has been today. Forehand return now from Greek Minnen. Nice backhand there from Eala. Now on the backhand again. Drop shot from Eala is going to be too good. Bringing up a round of applause from those gathered here on court number 3. Does feel as though darkness has descended on Suzhou. I think it's just after 6 local time. Forehand from Minnen into the backhand of Eala. Loopy backhand there. Now it's on the forehand. Another loopy one there from Eala. Good defense there from Greek Minnen, but she's going to have to defend again, and defend she does. Drop shot now from Eala. Minnen chases it down. Eala gets a racket on that. Wow, what a rally. What a rally. Hats off to both players there. I mean, talk about crafty. Minnen there with the magic hat out there, somehow retrieving some of those balls. And yet it is Eala who gets her racket on that final one to put the volley away. Wow. Honestly, the level from both players in that rally was insane. Nevertheless, it is Eala who wins the point, 30 love. They almost both deserve a point after that last rally. Ooh, that was close, but just missed the first serve there, Alex.
Forehand return from Minnen. Forehand again, cross court from her. Oh, she tries to change direction there, Greet, but it doesn't work. Goes into the net, over the higher part of the net, and it didn't manage to get over, so 40 love. Backhand return. Forehand from Eala. Forehand now from Minnen down the line. And it's a nice forehand down the line from Minnen, forcing the error from Eala. So 40-15. Eala holds for 4-3. Change of ends. We will take a quick break. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of homepage, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid, but these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Minnen here serving. Oh, wonderful backhand down the line there from Eala. 30 all. I think you need a credit card, Rainier. Or maybe you can link it to your bank account. There are also different levels of the membership. You can get even more content and extra bonuses the more you pay. Also, you can use emojis, including an Alex Eala emoji in the live chat. Michael here asking, who do I think will win at this stage? Well, my pre-match prediction was Minnen in 3 sets. And I think I'm going to stick with that, particularly if she gets the hold here. It is 40-30 on her serve. Oh, good point there for Alex. Deuce. Okay, so this is an interesting part of the match. Of course, if Alex was to get the break here, she would then be serving for the match and a place in the quarterfinals against the Swiss player Victoria Golubic. But that's a great serve down the tee that Alex can't deal with, and it's going to be a game point for Minnen and 4-all. First serve lands in. Slice from Minnen. Loopy forehand from Alex Eala. Nice forehand there from Alex, but Minnen fends it off. Does she? No, she doesn't. So we are back to deuce. And look at Eala there, just stretching that leg muscle. I think there is fatigue beginning to set in for Alex, understandably so, as we approach the 3-hour mark for this encounter. So deuce, yet to have a break of serve in this third set. It doesn't look like we're going to get one here, does it? Minnen comes into the net. She's got a smash. She's got another smash to deal with it. Ooh, that lob nearly landed in. But it is going to be another game point for Minnen. Tell you what, the tennis that these two are producing, given that they've been on court for the best part of 3 hours, it's a very high level from both players. Indeed, Rainier, indeed. Okay, Minnen here. Game point for 4-all. Michael, if you haven't hit subscribe already, please hit subscribe. Missed the first serve, does Minnen, but the second serve is really good. She didn't flinch on that second serve, really going for it, and she reaps the reward. 4-all. Love 15 here. Excuse me, on the Eala serve. So, remember, we've yet to have a break of serve in this third set. 15 all. We've had 4 breaks of serve in the entire match, which by Alex's standards is a pretty good level of serving from her today. Although I think there are question marks regarding the return of Greet Minnen, and question marks again on that return there as Greet hits the return long. 30-15. It's a lovely serve there from Eala to bring up 40-15. First serve, though, goes into the net there. Second serve here for Greet to look at. It's something that she hasn't done well with today, though, so far, the Belgian. Oh, nice there. Alex holds for 5-4. Well, well, well. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be with you for the remainder of this match.
Ready. Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Court, which they're doing just now, will be serving to stay in the match at 4-5. A couple of times, actually, Alex may have surprised us with a lack of aggression on return today, but I don't think that'll be the case in this game. I do see Alex really going for it to try and get this job done. And Minnen misses the first serve, so a little bit of good news for Alex at the beginning of this very, very important game. Decent return from Eala. Minnen on the backhand there, going cross court, and she ends up winning the point. 15 love. Goes out wide with the serve there. Eala returns. Backhand from Alex. Backhand from Greet Minnen. And Eala goes into the net. 30 love. Misses the first serve. The Google scoreboard began this match this game incorrectly with love 15. So sorry to get some of your hopes up there, but that wasn't my fault. Google, for some reason, glitched. 15 though. And 30-15 becomes 30 all. So Alex Eala now is 2 points away from the win, albeit it's on the Greet Minnen serve. But from 30 love, Eala winning back-to-back points there, putting herself in with a chance of sealing the deal as we approach the 3-hour mark for this encounter. Greet Minnen, how are your nerves right now? For sure, Eala is going to be placing you under as much pressure as possible, particularly if we get to a second serve. Anyway, first serve here for Greet Minnen. The Belgian, 4-5, 30 all. And it is going to be a second serve for Alex Eala potentially to attack. I'm sure she's going to do absolutely all she can to attack this second serve of the Belgians. Probably not attacked it enough today. 30 all. How are your nerves? Both you in the live chat, but also if you are watching, and Alex Eala brings up a match point. Well. 30-40. Minnen to serve. Eala won the first set 7-6, and then after the 2-hour mark was hit, Minnen won the second set by the same scoreline. We've gone into the third set, and both players have held serve throughout until this moment. 30-40. Minnen to serve, feeling the pressure surely right now. Eala all over her, swarming all over this serve as much as she can. They're into the rally on the forehand now of Greet Minnen. Where are you going with this? You're going to change direction. That means that Eala's going to be on her favoured forehand, arguably. Where are you going now in this rally? Where is this going to end? Well. We're going to end with a point for Greet Minnen. She saves the match points. Well. Juice it is. Okay, Minnen here to serve. Oof. That was a nervy point. Good return there from Eala. Eala now comes into the net, but she's going to miss that. Advantage Minnen. Oof. That was a chance for Eala. It's an unusual error. Maybe tiredness affected her there, both physically and mentally. And we've got a game point now for Greet Minnen to level things up 5 all. Do hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Eala goes long. So 1 match point she had. That came and went during a rally. And eventually Minnen holds for 5 games all. Okay. Greet Minnen over to her chair. Looks like she's going to change her racket potentially, because this is not a change of ends, of course, at 5 all. Please do hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, click subscribe as we approach 20,000 subscribers. That return from Greek Minnen is not good enough. 15 love. It's the story of her match so far. So we're still 10 games now in this third set and 10 holds of serve. Don't think the courts are particularly quick in Suzhou, but maybe they are. Backhand return there is long from Greek Minnen. Again on the return. 30 love, Alex Eala. Second serve here for Greek Minnen to look at. But she's gone long there, and it's 40 love. Three game points here for Alex Eala. (40-15). Just going to share a link to the Talking Tennis shop so you can buy some merchandise. That's there for you in the live chat. 40-15, by the way, becomes 40-30. Of course, it was 40 love. So back-to-back points there for Greek Minnen. This will be tense moments for both players. Ooh, just missing the first serve there that Alex so desperately needed. So a second serve for Greek Minnen to look at. Body serve, backhand return. Backhand again for Minnen. It's going to go long. Alex Eala does indeed hold for 6-5. Final set, as the umpire says. And when they return to the court, Minnen again will be walking the tightrope of serving to stay in the match. In the previous time that she did that, she had to save a match point during a rally as well that Eala had chances on, but eventually she did save that match point and then won the next 2 points as well. Is she going to have to save another break point? I mean, neither player has broken serve in this set, so it's 11 games now without a break of serve. We've had just 4 breaks of serve in the entire match. So Eala's been broken twice in 18 service games, which for Alex is very impressive, although I do think she's been given a slight helping hand from her Belgian opponent, who has gifted her a few points on the turn, no doubt about it. The crowd have gathered here at the side of court 3 as they try to get a glimpse of these two players. And what an epic encounter it has been. More than 3 hours on the clock. And it is Minnen now returning to the court in her fluorescent outfit to serve to stay in the match. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Forehand cross court from Eala into the backhand of Minnen. Good depth there from Greet. Now it's a slice from Eala. Minnen comes into the net. She's got an easy volley to put away, which she does. 15-love. Okay, 15-love for Greet Minnen. She had to save a match point on her previous service game. Will she have to save another one? We'll see. Nevertheless, a good start to this game for the Belgian. Look at that passport-style photo, by the way, that the WTA have for Greet. $15-love becomes 15-all. 3 hours and 11 minutes on court for both of these two players. Woof. Not sure what the longest match of the year was or has been. Let's have a look. Three hours and 29 minutes, maybe. Sakari Kruger. That was in Beijing last week, actually. $30-15 now for Greet Minnen, by the way. There was a 3 hour 22 match between Saribas Tormo. Sorry. Golubic. Okay, Golubic and Roos was 3 hours and 30 minutes. Of course, Golubic is awaiting the winner of this particular encounter. And by the way, it is 30-all. So, intriguing moment now for Greet Minnen once again on her serve. But she does win the next point to bring up 40-30. So a game point for Greet Minnen to force a deciding set tiebreak. Oh, wow. This has turned into an epic. Unless the tiebreak goes very long, I don't think it'll be the longest match of the year, though. Greet Minnen misses her first serve at 40-30. And it's deuce now. So Eala once again 2 points away from winning the match. I say once again, she was 30-all a moment ago. At that point, she was 2 points away. In the previous game, of course, she was 1 point away. She had a match point on the Minnen serve. Wasn't able to take it. Minnen saved it. Anyway, deuce here, Minnen to serve. First serve. Lands in, backhand return. Forehand from Minnen is long. We're going to have another match point for Alex Eala. It's the second one of the match. The previous one just a few moments ago on the Minnen serve. Minnen had a game point at 40-30, but back-to-back points, including that unforced error there from Minnen as she went long, has given Alex Eala a second match point here in Suzhou and an opportunity to play a quarterfinal match with Victoria Golubic. Minnen to serve. How is your nerve, Greet? You've missed the first serve. Alex there suggesting with her own arm that that ball went out, and indeed it did. So a second serve here for Alex Eala to look at. But Greet Minnen saves another match point. And we are back to deuce. Oof. Sigmund versus Maria, 3 hours 26. Just looking at some of the longest matches of the year. Zachary Kruger was the third longest, 3 hours and 29 minutes. We've got another match point, by the way, for Alex Eala. It's the third match point. One in the previous Greet Minnen service game. This is her second in this Greet Minnen service game. It is 5-6 Minnen serving here. Advantage Alex Eala for a place in the quarterfinals of this WTA 1-2-5 event. Can Alex Eala, is it going to be third time lucky for the Filipina? We were about to find out as Greet Minnen picks up the ball to serve. Can she get the first serve in? And she saved another match point. Can you believe? 3 match points now for Alex Eala have come and gone. 3 hours, 17 minutes on the clock. Hooting the horn. Deuce. And it's going to be a 4th match point for Alex Eala. Whew. How is your nerve, Greet Minnen? You're going to have to save a 4th match point now. Here in this round of 16 clash in Suzhou. 3 hours and 18 minutes. And what has turned into be, even by Eala standards, an absolute epic. First serve clips the net and goes long. So a second serve for Alex Eala to look at. Please hit that like button because we don't have much longer potentially on this match, especially if Alex Eala has anything to do with it. She's going to be aggressive on this second serve. Can she be aggressive enough to take the match? She can. 7-5. Eventually, Alex Eala gets over the line after 3 hours and 18 minutes. The pair embrace at the net. I will bring you the match stats in a moment. But for now, Alex Eala can enjoy the moment. She wins 7-6, 6-7, 7-5 over Greet Minnen. Here are those match stats for you. Greet Minnen hit 9 aces and Alex Eala hit 3. There were 10 double faults off the racket of Greet Minnen, which is, you know, a generous amount to give away. It's 2.5 games, and yet she was only broken 3 times in the match. And I guess when you're going to be serving that many times, you are going to, you know, hit a few double faults. Eala, impressively, only hitting 1 double fault. Maybe she needs to be a bit more aggressive on that second serve return. Anyway, Eala getting first serve percentage, 60%. Maybe this was a slight difference in the match. 60% of her first serves landing in, whereas Greet Minnen landed just 51% of her first serves in. And Minnen winning 75% of her first serves. Alex Eala winning 71%. Second serve points won for Eala. It was 67%, which is pretty impressive. But I do think the Greet Minnen return was particularly generous today, helping Eala avoid getting broken that often. In fact, Eala was broken just twice in the entire match. Minnen winning 70% of her first serve. Total points won, which tells you just how much of an epic encounter this was. Greet Minnen, 119 total points won. Eala, 127 across those 3 hours and 18 minutes. Talking of being, though, ruthless, if you like, at least Greet Minnen can say that when she had her opportunities, she took them. She took 2 of her 4 breakpoint opportunities. Eala less so. She took 3 from 10, so a 30% return then. Of course, it was 4 match points that Alex needed to get the job done. Whew. Yes, Rainier, thank you very much. Looking at the live chat, Richard as well, thank you as well. Congrats to Alex. Both of them say, well, indeed. Do hit that like button. And, of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Let's have a quick look on Twitter before we bring this to a close. And we will give a quick preview as well for the quarterfinal match against Golubic that'll be coming up for Alex Eala. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, Alex must be feeling it, you'd think, physically right now after back-to-back 3-setters in just over 24 hours. Anyway, looking at the Twitter sphere to see what reactions we've got. Justin says, One Sports here. Great job, Alex. I think that's a little play on words there from One Sports. Alex Eala delivers another inspired performance, ousting Belgium's Greet Minnen 7-6, 6-7, 7-5 to secure her spot in the Suzhou Open quarterfinals. And, of course, she'll be playing the Swiss number 6 seed, Victoria Golubic, in that particular round. Let's have a look as well to see what other inspired tweets we will find regarding this Eala victory. Before I bring you a preview of her quarterfinal with Golubic. Some expletives there that I won't be sharing with you on the screen, but I can perhaps share this one with you. What a match from Minnen as well. Only 5 breaks of serve between them. Indeed, 3 going the way of Eala and 2 Greet Minnen. It did look like at one point we were going to go to a 3rd set tiebreak, but Eala eventually winning it on her 4th match point. Okay. Let's look ahead to her quarterfinal. So we'll do a match preview of the Suzhou Open quarterfinal between Alex Eala and Victoria Golubic. We'll do an in-depth preview as well. Do let me know your thoughts in the chat on both this match, but also her upcoming encounter with Victoria Golubic. Again, Alex Eala going deep in one of these WTA 125s. Of course, she went deep, so deep that she won the title in Guadalajara in a 3-set final win over the Hungarian Panna Udvardi. She went deep at the 250 in Sao Paulo, and then she got on a plane and went to China and went deep last week, getting to the semifinals in the WTA 125 event last week before going down also in 3 sets to Lulu Sun. And now she's in a quarterfinal. She's loving these hard courts in Asia. Well, and Guadalajara too. Okay, so next up for Alex Eala will be a quarterfinal encounter with the Swiss number 6 seed, Victoria Golubic. Of course, Alex Eala is the number 4 seed. She has had 2 3-setters so far to reach this stage. Golubic had a much easier encounter today, winning for the sake of just two games she lost against Linda Fruhvirtova, and she also won her first round encounter against Masarova in straight sets. So Golubic has yet to drop a set in reaching this stage. The complete opposite, of course, for Alex Eala, who's had 2 3-set epics now to reach this stage. So let's look into it. Let's go. Big quarterfinal in Suzhou with the young firebrand Alex Eala taking on the crafty Swiss veteran Victoria Golubic. Golubic, as well as herself, involved in one of the longest matches of the year, just like Alex Eala was today. So, yeah, Golubic is, let's call it a grinder, I would suggest. So 2 very different games colliding on the hard court tomorrow, and the winner will take a huge step towards the title with a semi-final berth at stake. So let's break it all down. Form, tactics, key stats, and eventually my prediction. Let's go for it. Okay. So, Eala, number 4 seed. Golubic, number 6 seed. Golubic dropped no sets en route to this quarterfinal spot. Eala has dropped 2 and spent a lot longer on court than her Swiss opponent. Eala's breakout results this season have put her in the spotlight very much, whilst Golubic will bring her consistency from the baseline and experience to this encounter. Keep an eye out for some big forehands from Eala, but big backhands too, and an aggressive return. Also, of course, she's had some memorable celebrations on court, particularly in North America, in Miami and the US. Will she be repeating that tomorrow in Suzhou? Well, she's 20 years old, is Alex. She's an aggressive baseline player with quick feet, excellent movement, particularly on the hard court. Loves to take the ball early, especially on the second serve. She's had a breakout stretch this year, of course, that has included a semi-final in Miami, Grand Slam qualifications as well, and also winning her first Grand Slam match against Clara Towson just last month in New York. She's also won a WTA 125 event in Guadalajara and has had deep runs at the 250 in Sao Paulo and last week at a WTA 125 event also in China. Of course, in Miami, she's beaten some top names this year, including that Clara Towson win in New York, but also beating Iga Swiatek, the world number 2 in Miami, en route to the semifinals before she went down to Jessica Pegula. Her strengths: Alex Eala, do I need to remind you? Aggressiveness, forehand timing, fearlessness, a big heart as well. Vulnerabilities, a little bit of inexperience perhaps, maybe some tactical acumen, especially in lengthy rallies, but biggest and most of all, of course, has to be that second serve, which is so vulnerable. Albeit in her quarterfinal match, she was broken just twice across those 3 sets. She is comfortable stepping inside the court and going for winners, and if she's striking clean, she can overwhelm almost anyone, and even the effervescent Victoria Golubic. Talking of the Swiss, she's 32 years old, and as I said before, she's a classic WTA grinder. She does have good footwork, good variety, and the kind of experience that turns small momentum swings into match wins. Maybe she's not the flashiest, but she's steady and smart. She'll change pace and use angles and look to force errors rather than out-hit opponents. No doubt about that. She won't be out-hitting Alex Eala. Her strengths surely are her point construction, defense as well, and mental steadiness. Vulnerabilities, she can be pushed back by relentless depth, which Alex will look to exploit. Not the biggest serve either, so I don't think that's something Alex can be afraid of. And in fact, it's something that Alex can take advantage of potentially. There is a limited head-to-head issue between them. In fact, let's have a quick look to see if they have played each other before. I don't think they have, at least on the main tour. Nope, they've not played each other before. So this will be a little bit of an unknown territory for both players. Form-wise, Alex Eala has to be sky high right now. Excuse me. After big wins this season. Golubic has been grinding some solid results, but will ultimately rely on her consistency and tactical nous. Okay. In terms of the baseline battle, Eala will want to take the ball early, but also keep that depth. She will step into the court and potentially shorten points with aggressive winners. If she can dictate, Golubic will be under pressure. Golubic, on the other hand, will try to neutralize by mixing depth and slice, which is something that she has, targeting Eala's backhand potentially, or moving her side to side to open up angles. I also think that's something Eala will have to do and didn't do it maybe often enough against Greek Minnen, albeit that Greek Minnen will hit a slightly bigger ball than Golubic. Regarding the serve and return dynamic, Eala is without a doubt a better returner than Golubic. She's also without a doubt a better returner than Greek Minnen, especially when she can step in on that second serve. Her aggression can break rhythm. And if Eala can keep her first serve percentage above 70%, that will give her an excellent chance to win the match. Golubic for sure will not be relying on her serve to win her the match, and for sure will not be relying on aces, but will try to keep her first serve percentage high. Perhaps she'll need to keep it even higher than Alex Eala to win the match. Start points off on the right foot and then construct the point off the second ball. Regarding the third ball and transition points, well, this will not necessarily be bad news for either player, as both players can certainly dictate points where and when, particularly Alex Eala. Her success will actually often hinge on this strong third ball. Golubic, however, will not be hitting the third ball that big and will extend rallies, no doubt, until maybe Eala will eventually err. Tactically for Golubic, she must survive the opening flurries and drag Eala into longer rallies. Eala must keep the aggression, but pick her spots, particularly on serve. Too many unforced errors, and Golubic is more than capable of crafting a win out. Break point opportunities. Well, Alex was 3 from 10 today. She'll expect and hope to be much better than that tomorrow if she is to win the match. Let's see. Winners to unforced errors ratio. Well, it's going to be Eala for sure that will be hitting more unforced errors. No doubt about that. But that's not going to be an issue. And that might not be the case in terms of dictating who wins. How does it look an Eala win? Fast start, decent first serve percentage, decent returns, and going for it when the opportunity arises. Maybe even coming to the net. How does Golubic win? Slow the pace. Mix it up. Frazzle Eala's brain as she possibly can, keep the rallies long and hang in there, and if she gets a chance, take it. Okay. My call for this one, I think it could be another lengthy encounter. And again, just like I thought for the Greek Minnen match, the longer it goes, the more difficult it'll become for Eala. I think, again, Eala probably needs to get this done in straights. And if she's physically okay, I think she will do that. If she's not, Golubic for the win. But I'm just going to go for Eala in 2 tight sets. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. You know the drill in terms of hitting the like button and subscribing, but also give us a follow on Instagram at TalkingTennisTT, and also be sure to follow us on TikTok as well. Thanks for joining, and we'll speak to you soon. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.